What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 48 of the Pentagon Challenge, here with Skovbakken in the 2nd Division West in Denmark. Since the last episode, you'll notice that time has flown by. That said, we have only played 5 games in Denmark, and I did mention this last episode. There's only 4, there's kind of like a 4-month winter break. After the halfway mark of the season. There's 30 games in a season, so we've played our first 15 games. Last episode we'd only played 10, so there's 5 games to cover, a few transfers in and out to talk about, but all in all, not loads really. So anyway, we'll start with the outs. Christian Nielsen has gone out on a free to Varde. Not a great player for us, so I'm not too worried about that. And the same with Victor Lawson. Basically, these two guys basically gone out on frees. They were on amateur deals. I am in the non-league of Denmark, and so players, like, not all of them are on professional deals. Some of them are on amateur deals, and for that reason they can just kind of free transfer where they want. One player on the end, Kenneth Larsson. He's a really good striker, but he's also a scout, making the most of the money in terms of, rather than getting a scout and a striker separately, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. He's a very good forward, to be fair. He's only 32. I say only. I mean, he's not exactly young, but again, he fits the kind of bill in terms of really young, physically fit really old physically fit players that we have at the club. So, last episode we played our first 10, since then we played 5 games, and in those last 5 games we remained unbeaten, which was really good to see. We got a draw and 4 draws and a win, which wasn't great, but we were playing against some of the bigger teams in the league, and so it was important to get results against these teams and ensure we just didn't lose. So, I mean, first game was against Rishoj. As you can see, we absolutely dominated this game from start to finish. 25 shots, 5 on target. In the end, kind of poor finishing cost us, but still a good vital point, and it was a good attendance of 350. And I mean, if we look at the attendances from the last game against Naseby, which was 402, compared to the start of the season where we got 377, there has been a kind of steady little increase in terms of kind of fans turning up to games, which is good to see. Anyway, following this result, the 1-1 against Rishoj, we got a 1-1 against Nasved, which was, or Nastved, I don't even know. I hate these foreign names. I hate them. It's the worst bit about the Pentagon Challenge. But this 1-1, not too bad. I mean, it was a really 50-50 game. They're not a bad side in the league, and so it wasn't too bad of a result. On the back of this, we then got another draw against FC Horshing, who are another really good team. They were the better of the 2 sides. We really held out this game. Great defensive performance, to be fair, by our back 4. Kept us in the game. 0-0. Doesn't look great on paper, but against a very strong opposition, I certainly would have taken that result. We then had Fisted FC, who were a tough team to play, but it was a 1-1 draw again. Another 50-50 game. This league is unbelievably close between us and the teams above us. Everyone is a really strong side, and a lot of the teams are kind of on par with each other, and so just to ensure we didn't lose was very important in these games that we were playing. The last game of kind of the first half of the season was against Naseby. It was a 2-1 win at home. Really dominated the game, played well. It was really good to see. We dominated possession. Just look at the highlights of this game. It was a really exciting game, to be honest. It started off a little bit slowly, but going into extra time at the end of the first half, we did grab ourselves the lead. Good wide play by our wingers, working the ball into centre. Then Christensen was there with the finish. Really tidy finish by him. And then in the 86th minute, they grabbed a goal, and I was thinking, well, we've just thrown away that, and that's going to be 5 draws in a row. But credit to the players, they knuckled down, and we managed to hit them on the counter. This counter-attack was insane. We broke with pace, individual effort by Svel, and it was just a quality goal. All Svel, really good finish by him. Looking at the stats, we were the better side by a long way, and it was really important after, I guess, 4 draws in a row. We really exerted some dominance over a side in our league and got some points. So anyway, looking at the halfway mark of the season, you can see we find ourselves in 5th, but this league is unbelievably close. We have 26 points, Skive have 26 points, Naseby have 24 points, and then Nordvest FC, who are top, have 30 points. So there really is nothing to choose between the teams. It's good to see that we're still in contention there, and I'm confident that if our players keep playing well and play to the standard that we played to before, and if we can avoid the blip that we kind of had at the start of the season, and I suppose avoid drawing in the manner that we have done towards the end of the first half of the season, we should be up there come the end of the season. Looking at team stats, we are 2nd in the team table for goals. We're also got the 3rd best defence in the league in terms of total goals conceded, and our home and away form, some of the best in the league. We're 2nd best on home form, top on away form, which is really good to see. Looking at the player table, we have a lot of players featuring in this, and that's another kind of, I guess it epitomises how well we've played. In terms of the average ratings, Denis Dedovic, the Bosnian Herzegovian, has continued to perform with the last 5 games of the first half of the season. He's now 30, but he's still got fantastic attributes. Really good player for us, that 19 influence coming big. Up front as well, Lars Christensen has had another great kind of season. He's continued the form that he had before. 9 goals, 7 assists, average rating of 7.48. 5th best average rating in the league for him, which is good to see. Christensen finds himself on the top goal scorer chart with 9 goals, as well as the top of the assists with 7 assists, which is pretty crazy. Sondergaard is on the player of the match listings, and Bartram is top of the red cards with 1, which is kind of unbelievable. There's only been 3 red cards in a full half a season. Pretty impressive how clean and I guess how well sportsmanlike, or how good a sportsman the Danish non-league players are. And distance covered as well, Zayed Nassar finds himself up there, which is it's not too bad. Looking at the club, I guess on an individual level, in terms of top goal scorers, Christensen's up there. Anders Folns is up there as well. He has 7 goals and 4 assists. Sondergaard has 5 goals, 3 assists. Looking at the total assists, Christensen again leading the way. He's been absolutely superb this year. Cannot underestimate the influence he's had on the side. And all in all, we've just been superb attackingly, and we've been scoring more goals than the opposition, which is what I've always aimed to do with this team. So that's that. I mean, I'm very, very optimistic about the club. I feel like we're doing fantastically well. We're just going to knuckle down. I feel as if our squad's natural fitness is going to help us immensely as we get towards the end of the season, because there's not really a break now between now and June. There's 2.5 months with 15 games in. You know, the games are coming thick and fast, and I really feel like because of the squad depth that we have and because of the players' natural fitness, we could come out of it very well, because a lot of the other teams have very small squads. So there's that. Looking at our individual stuff, because I never actually showed this stuff before, which I kind of feel like I should have done, but I'll show you it now. So chairman's enjoying life at the club. Fierce rivals are Velgeby. We'll go with Velgeby, who are non-league, and VRI, who are another non-league team. Then we have other rivals of AGF, who are in the Superliga, Verup, which are another non-league side, and Aarhus Fremand, who are a team who we played in a pre-season friendly before, who we did lose to, but they're also a non-league team. So there's a lot of non-league teams there. We're playing really well. 54 season ticket holders. I mean, watch out. In terms of our facilities, they're not great. We have a 5,000-seater stadium with 200 seated. Well, it has a 5,000 capacity stadium with 200 seated, I should say. We have very basic facilities, but at least the facilities are there, which is good to see. I've actually been able to increase the wage budget slightly as well. That was due to the good performances in the league and up in the expectation. You'll notice we're minus £600 on the wage budget, which is a little bit concerning, but at the same time it's a risk that I'm going to have to take to get forward. You know, bringing in a few more faces in terms of the youngsters before the end of the first transfer window, and obviously with the addition of players like Kenneth Larson. It's a gamble, but it's one that I'm going to have to take. But that just about covers it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Good stuff here. Team's performing really well, which is great to see. I don't know where we're going to finish. It's a very close league, and I feel as if, we've only lost 3 games. If we can keep winning now and avoid drawings as many as we have, we should be up there come the end of the season, and I think it's just going to be down to which team can stay the most consistent and continue to perform to a high level for the next 2.5 months. I think the next episode I'm going to do for this series will be with maybe 7 or 6 games after the season. I'm kind of just going to take things as they come. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. Other than that, guys, if you've got anything with regards to the series to let me know, kind of comment-wise, leave it down below. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a cheeky like. And other than that, it's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.